And now, Minion Works presents Freelance Heroism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. I'm Deese.
And I'm Rachel.
And we just want to say thank you, before we even get started with this episode, to our awesome patrons out there. People who help us make a better show by donating us money. Thank you guys. And girls and robots. I've never seen Orient_Tiger in real life. He could be a robot.
That is true.
He could be.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be rad if he was a robot? That's why underscore's in his name. Wow. Orient_Tiger. Engage donation protocol. Sorry for a lot of robot listeners out there. Okay. Rachel, do you want to give us a list of our patrons?
I would love to. So we want to say thank you to our producer tier patrons. They are Monique Walker, Chris Deeds, Chris Stones, Orient_Tiger, Ario Teabaggin, Rebecca, Breakmeister, and our newest producer tier patron, Christopher Hildebrand.
Woo! Welcome, Chris.
Thank you.
And we just want to say thank you guys again, especially beep boop, Orient_Tiger. Yeah, but you guys help us create a better show, not just for you guys, but also for everyone else. So everyone else out there, give them a big round of applause. Unless you're driving, and then don't do that. That would be bad.
Unless you're in one of those cool self-driving cars.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the future. We're in the future, Rachel. Speaking of the future, there's something coming up I'd really like to talk about, if that's okay with you.
That is perfectly fine with me.
It's a GamaCon 2020 from March 7th through the 8th in Aiken, South Carolina at the Odell Weeks Convention Center. There's going to be a GamaCon, which this will be their 5th year. I've done it every year. I love it. It's pretty awesome. It's sort of a local convention, but it's been booming. It keeps getting bigger and bigger every year, and they keep getting better and better guests. And so year 5 is pretty cool. I think I'm doing the badge art again this year, so pretty stoked about it. Yeah, I got to do the one last year too, and it had their character Mira. It's like a dragon, but it was in a Star Trek uniform. I got to do him in a Star Trek engineer TNG uniform. You can find more information by checking out the con on Facebook. Just go to the search bar up top and type in AGAMACON 2020. They'll keep you posted with new guests, new con events, loads of other cool information. This is a must attend if you're in the region. It'll be my 5th time this year setting up a table and doing a panel. Great crowds, great atmosphere. You just got to check it out. Again, it's a GamaCon 2020, AGAMACON. Check them out.
Very cool.
Damn straight, motherfucker. Damn straight. And buy some posters. Yes, so do you have a rant, or should I rant on something else before we go? Or
I didn't have a rant prepared. No.
That's great.
I mean, I can talk about, I don't know, books. How John Varley and that Baxter guy should not have the same, both have a sci-fi novel titled the exact same.
There's only so many words,
Rachel.
Things are gonna happen.
I was very upset for like 2 minutes because I was like, how did I either misremember the plot this badly, or how did I get the completely wrong title? And also, Varley's Titan is the first book in a trilogy, whereas Baxter's Titan is the second book in a trilogy.
Titan is also the name of a Star Trek ship. It's the one Riker commands after.
Oh.
Well, in the book timeline, and also the non-altered timeline from the movie, TNG movies. It's a little up in the air as to which one of those timelines is accurate, but the Titan's a pretty cool ship. So.
Okay.
But see, Rachel, things have the same title sometimes.
But
Because because there's only so many words in the English language.
I was just I should see like how far apart they were published.
That's irrelevant. Context.
Okay, but I feel like if you I think it's okay to have something the same title as something else.
If it's a one word.
If enough time has passed, but if I publish a novel called Titan, and then a year later someone else is like, well, I want to publish a novel called no, that's
fair. That's totally fair.
No, there needs to be more of a time buffer.
No, look, if it's the Titan of fucking Stone Gallow or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna make a book called The Titan of Stone Gallow, that's a little specific, right? That's fucked up. But if it's the Titan,
it's not the Titan, it's Titan.
Yeah, so that's even less. I mean, you see what I mean?
But you could name it something else if you're just going for a one. You could name it something.
But there's another book probably called any other word you could say. Do you see what I mean?
I'm
not saying you can do The Lord of the Rings, but I'm just saying if you made a book called Rings, that's fair. It could be about Saturn. It could be about single ladies. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I was just so annoyed that I thought that I misremembered a book that I read. And this feels
like it's an internal thing.
That is the base of my argument, is that I'm mad that I thought that I misremembered something about a book that I read.
Tell them why you're mad, son. Tell them why you're mad. No, I mean, it's a fair thing to be upset about whatever you want, right? And I feel like that's where a lot of people. Okay, so this is maybe a rant about rants is a good argument. It's a good thing to do. Okay. So I see a lot of times people they dislike something, they vocalize their dislike of it, and then other people are like, "You're just being a hater." Yeah. That's how disliking things works.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything implicitly wrong about being a hater. You can hate whatever the fuck you want, but at least be intellectually honest about why you hate it, right? So I don't like Animal Crossing. Okay? I don't. I think it's stupid. I think.
Have you played an Animal Crossing game, though?
I've played a million games like Animal Crossing. See, here's the thing. Your implication is that I need to spend $60 in order to earn the value to hate something that I can watch other people play and realize I would hate. But without paying $60 for it, I can't hate it legitimately.
No.
I hate it so much I wouldn't pay the $60. That's how much I hate it.
I think if you know enough about it and maybe you've watched gameplay or something like that, then you can hate on
It's
stuff.
Been around since GameCube. I'm aware of it. Right? I just think that it's stupid and boring looking. I don't want to fish for the largest trout, and that's the whole game. Or I don't want to put a fucking turnip on the wall in a museum. Look how big this turnip is. It's fucking stupid. It seems to me, look, I'm not going to tell you to not like it, because that's absurd for me to tell you the things that you should like. Right? That's sort of the impetus of this whole thing, right? I don't care that other people do like it, but that will in no way inform my opinion of it, right? I think it's stupid. And so to me it is. Some people don't like Green Day, the band Green Day. I know this is a weird transition, but it'll make sense.
Okay.
Some people don't like Green Day. And I say, why don't you like them? And they say, because they're on the radio. And I said, loads of bands that you do like are on the radio. They're like, they got too big. Okay, now that's not a reason to dislike something. That's an unfair reason to dislike. You don't like them because you don't like the sound of their music. You don't like their stage presence. You don't like the look of dude's face. All of those are rational reasons to not like something. Right? Not liking it because too many other people like it is you're now doing the opposite, right? Of what we were talking about before, which is you didn't play it, so you can't dislike it. Unfair, right? I've seen it played, so I don't like it.
That's fine.
It looks boring.
That's fine.
That being said, saying too many other people like something, so I don't like it. What does that mean? It means that you're an elitist, right? This happens a lot in nerd culture. I think we need to like talk about it in general. Nerd culture in particular has started doing that snake eating its own tail, where now you hear people say, well, I don't like football, I don't like baseball, I don't like sports because blah 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 blah, any number of reasons. Now a lot of those reasons are rational. I don't like it because I don't like it. I don't like watching people play a game when I can play it myself. But then that sort of gets invalidated if you watch people play fucking League of Legends online. Right. So there's at least an understanding of it. You don't like the sport, that's fair. I don't like it because, you know, it has a weird context for me. When I was in high school, people who played sports beat me up, blah blah blah. That makes sense to me. Right? But we start doing this thing now where the cultures have essentially reversed order, where now people look down on people for liking those things, right? Which was the whole purpose of the nerd rise up kind of movement thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that like whatever you want, right? Like whatever you want. No one's going to judge you for the shit you like, right? You're more likely at a lot of events to get blasted for liking baseball than you are for wearing a fursuit. Do you see what I mean? It hasn't changed. Just the topics that are applied to each one changed. So like people who like whatever, enjoy yourself. That should be what we take away from it. Enjoy whatever you like, you know? Yeah. It's yours. Yeah. Have fun. Don't hate on something for illegitimate reasons though. It's too popular. That's silly. Because what does that mean? It's like other people were perfectly valid in their ability to like, say, Green Day, because they were good, because not too many people liked them. But then there was a tipping point where too many people liked them, and then fuck them. Right? Yeah. I'll admit, American Idiot's a garbage CD, but lots of bands have terrible albums. You know, loads of bands have bad albums. Yeah. Doesn't mean the band's bad. It just means the album's bad.
I don't like. I have trouble understanding that kind of mindset anyway, because I've worked in libraries for a long time, and in libraries, at least, what you're supposed to do is have, well, the majority of your collection should sort of cater to the interests of your community. At the same time, you want to have things that appeal to any side or any interest. So like at the at all the libraries I've worked at, you know, we've had books maybe about topics that I don't agree with, or by like, you know, books written by like political people who I don't agree with, and you know, but then at the same time we have books by people that I do agree with, so we have, you know, things to appeal for either side or any side.
You have to run the gamut.
Yeah. So like we have books on science, which is great, and then we also have books on like the healing power of crystals, which I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, the healing power of crystals, you know. The magic kind.
Yes. Right. So I don't know, I always think it's weird when people are like, oh well, you shouldn't enjoy that, or you shouldn't.
And that's another thing though, like the crystals thing, right? Enjoy crystals, by all means. Go out and enjoy crystals all you want to. No, I'm not telling you not to. Right. There's a whole Etsy market out there just putting up woo-woo sticks with fucking sage stapled to them or whatever. Who the fuck cares? Right. If that's what gives you enjoyment, you do it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But don't try to cure my cancer with it, you know? Right. Like if I get, you know, lymphatic cancer or something like that, I'd just give me the regular medicine. Just give me the treatment. Yeah. Don't try to bibbity bobbity boo me to make it go away. Oh, your cancer will be a pumpkin at midnight. It's like, no, just the regular. Just give me the regular. Right. So at least like from my like work experience is that we try, even when I would order books, like I had certain sections
that I would do monthly book orders for, I didn't just look at, oh, well, we should only have these because these are obviously like the only good subjects.
Right.
Like, you know, I tried
because
to get...
the person curating it may, yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Although at the same time, we would have people come in who would purposefully steal books on subjects that they disagreed with, or they would hide them in different sections, or they would turn them around so that you couldn't see the spine.
Civil disobedience, man. I'm with it. I know that you're probably not, because you have to like fix that stuff.
Yes.
But I'm with it. It's a stealing them. Probably I'm not cool with, but I think turning them around or hiding them in other sections, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Or if they didn't steal it, they would check it out, even though if it was like a topic they didn't agree with, they would check it out and then never return it. But then we would just bill them for the book and buy a new one.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's sort of hefty. Like, you gotta hide it. You gotta return it and hide it. You're probably not happy. She's gonna edit that part out. She's like, you're making my job hard. Anyway, but yeah, that's the thing. Essentially, is like, you're allowed to hate on things. You're allowed to hate on things that you've done research on and have dictated that you probably wouldn't like.
Yeah.
You know, that's a fair assessment.
Yes.
But disliking things for, you know, flim-flam reasons. Like, I find it hard to believe, like, a person would be anti-Animal Crossing and pro fucking Stardew Valley.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's some similarities there. I don't think you're playing Stardew Valley for the pixel art. I mean, maybe. Maybe you're just really into pixel art.
Maybe.
Who knows? I don't know. I'm sure that there's... How about this? Everybody go onto the Facebook page and comment some stuff that you hate. Tell us some stuff you hate. I'm curious. I want to rant about some of your guys' hates.
Do you want people to just comment on what they hate or explain why they hate it?
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think it would be interesting to see why people hate certain things.
Okay.
Unless you just want to know what they hate and then guess their reasoning.
That's sort of what I was thinking. Is like,
okay.
if they say something that they hate and they don't, and then it gives me time to think about what they hate and then try to rant and see if it's similar. Or, you know, I don't know which one's better. Maybe I don't know. I kind of want to do it that way.
Okay.
Like, where they don't tell me why they hate it. And then I have to try to hate profile. Yeah, let's do it that way.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're listening, go out there. I'm going to put up a post, and you write in that post things that you hate, right? And don't tell me why. Just say what it is that you hate in one sentence. Just be like, I hate fucking, I don't know, corn tortillas. Hey, I'm with you. I don't like them either. Okay. And I'll try to figure it out. Like, I don't like ladybugs. I'm like, they are smug. They are smug fucking bugs. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Cool. I'm excited now. There's a game we get to play. Why do you hate it? And they're gonna be like, Deece, and I'm gonna be like, oh god. I don't like Deece, and I'm like, this is meta. Then I have to hate rant myself.
Yeah, and you have to figure out why they hate you.
I think I know why they hate you. I'm certain I could come up with a reason. Okay, well, Rachel, do you want to hit your magic edit button so we can go into our game?
Oh, of course.
There is a realm where fantasy becomes reality and tale becomes truth. A place comprised not only of dice, but of sound, where your mind wields the only passport into the twisting nether. The convergence of visualization and imagination. I submit to you your ticket to the 1,000-year clock.
I'll go peek out one door, you peek out the other, and see what it looks like.
Do we want to open them at the same time? That seems like a bad idea.
Of course it's a bad idea.
Let's open them at separate times.
Okay.
Do you want to open yours first? I'll open mine first. I'm going to the left door.
Age before beauty.
Left door, in which orientation?
Top or bottom?
Yeah, top or bottom.
Oh, God. Oh.
I'm kind of a middle myself.
Oh. Middle implies something else.
Sorry.
Look, I don't want to know.
We were being
about
too
your
serious.
Middle implies extra people.
Did we? So we didn't see the entity, the original one that we saw.
Mm-mm.
We didn't see him in here.
Nope.
Okay.
If you were curious, I don't know that you never asked or whatever,
Mhm.
but you did approach them, so it'd be more obvious to see.
Mhm.
The first time, the entity you saw was 7.5 feet tall. Very, very imposing figure.
Yes.
These people look smaller. They're still pretty big,
Okay.
but they seem, I don't know, maybe 6.5, 6'8", something like that.
Okay.
Still freakishly tall.
Yeah.
Pretty tall, yeah.
My horns aren't even that tall. My horns are pretty.
Well, now that we've got that cleared up, don't ever let anyone say his horns aren't pretty.
Damn straight.
He's a middle, and his horns are pretty.
Fucking A.
You can take that.
Grab
to
that
the
horns
bank.
and ride.
You can take that to the sperm bank. Where should we put you on the shelf? Put me in the middle. That's where I live at.
Squeezed in the middle.
Stuck in the middle with you.
All right. I'm.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right.
I guess I'm gonna say the top doorway.
Okay.
So the one on the left, which I guess would be the innermost one.
You're saying
Yes.
innermost. The rooms are circles.
She's talking about the top.
The top door that connects to the.
If we walked into the room, the door we walked into, she'd be going right.
Okay, yeah, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then you go up to that. It looks the same as all the other doors.
Okay.
Like a door handle you open.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then there's the little waiting lobby, and then a
Okay.
second door.
All right. So go into the waiting lobby.
Intern,
close-
go with her.
All right. Come on, intern. What is your name, intern?
Derek.
Okay.
You're gonna die, Derek.
I used to play. I had an alt in EverQuest, and I made a cleric, and his name was Derek.
Derek the cleric.
Yes.
So, is it
It's
just
so
you two
funny.
going?
I guess so. It's just me and you, Derek. I'm gonna shut the door behind us. Go to the other door
Okay, and open that.
and open it.
Okay. You walk out onto that other way, and we've split the party. Fantastic. That won't be complicated at all.
Oh no. I can't telepathically message my brother. That's just a weird thing he does.
Okay.
But I'm sure he'll message me if he needs help.
See, there's benefits to having the sugar daddy.
Okay, I have some bad news for you guys.
Oh.
You hear a bell chime.
Oh
That's a bummer. Okay.
no. Oh no.
So, during that bell chime, Rachel, on your side,
Uh-huh.
you see a figure come in, and he kind of stops in the middle of the hall. He says, "Gears of fate, whose cogs still spin, will start or end be found within."
Is he asking me this?
He's not asking you anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's just saying it as he
Okay.
walks. And he comes out the door on the opposing hallway, says it as he kind of stands in the middle, and then continues walking to the door on the other side that you just came through.
Okay.
And he does the same open and close gesture.
Do I see him come in the room?
Yes, you do, D-Walk, but you see him from another side. He comes in through that far wall that you guys just entered in.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
And he looks around dejected and then turns to the left from where he entered and walks out that door.
So the door I was walking towards, he walked out.
Which, yeah, he walked out through the door that you would have been if you're going to the other door. Okay, so D-Walk, what are you doing?
I look at the intern. Follow it.
Okay. You're coming too?
Of course.
Okay. He opens the door and holds it open for you.
I walk with him.
Okay.
See that as we're walking, I'm like, we probably shouldn't have separated, knowing this is a giant gear thing, and it could shift at any moment and separate us completely. We wouldn't be able to get back to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew one of you guys was lying to me early, and the only way I was going to be able to get the truth out of you was without her here.
So, do you walk through the door?
The problem is, my character would do the mystery, but the player inside me is screaming, "Run back the other way! Don't split the party."
Yeah, we're way past that, David.
Oh, I know.
No.
I know.
We're way beyond.
You have to see me to telepathically speak to me.
Whoops.
Never mind.
Boy, you guys got here way faster than I was expecting.
Oh, no.
Well, shit. Yeah, we go through the room.
Okay. As you appear on the other side, you close the door behind you, then open the other door. Okay. You walk into a room, and on the ground in front of you is a tied-up goblinoid. He has what appears to be a large apple jammed all the way into his mouth, and then he has his arms and legs tied.
I look around. New perception on the rest of the room.
The rest of the room looks clean. There seems to there's some bodies sort of in the forest portion from where you're at.
Dead
the
bodies?
Other side. Yeah, they're dead as shit.
Is there a door on the other side?
No.
I look at the guy. Obviously, we made the wrong choice. It's not the first time in my career I've done the wrong choice.
That's
I look
good
at
to know. That's inspiring for me.
Maybe it's the last.
That's not good. That's not good for you to say.
Well, do the math. How many dead bodies are in here, and how many live bodies are in here?
There are 3 live bodies and what appears to be a multitude of dead bodies. Though in their current state, it is difficult to determine how many.
Now, is the goblin alive?
Yeah, Gom's alive. He looks pissed.
Is it tangible?
Yeah, he's a fucking goblin. He looks like a living goblin.
Not if you can understand common.
He nods. Aggressively, but he nods.
Can you spit the apple out, or does it need taken out?
Like, no, it's
Okay.
like not just in his mouth like he's biting down on it. It's
Yeah.
been forcibly pushed into his mouth so that he's drooling out of the sides of his mouth because he can't swallow or gulp or anything, and he can't chew it because it's past his teeth.
Look at the goblin. If my sister was here, she'd say we save it.
Okay. Again, I just want to point to the multitude of bodies in the corner.
Yeah, I don't like this room either.
See, I think we're coming to a different conclusion. You're not liking the room. I have another consensus that I've pieced together.
You actually have to be from her. You go to you're with her at her school, right?
Oh, for sure.
You're not with the tower. Yeah. See, that's why I know, because the Archon says sacrifice.
I will hope that you'll sign off on my paper for being here on your side, helping you. That these hours would still count.
They're only going to count if you cut that apple out of his mouth.
Okay. He reaches.
I kind of like, as he goes forward, I kind of step back towards the door.
He reaches gingerly for his.
He's gonna get the knife out of your mouth. If you do anything, it could go really bad.
He nods.
He is an intern.
He nods.
All right. We have a kosher understanding.
Okay. So he comes over and he starts to take the knife at the apple, and he's just like, "I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry." And he's like, kind of sawing at the apple, like halfway, so he can try to wedge a piece out. And every so often, his hand will bump the goblin's face, and it's just like, right, just like freaking the fuck out. But eventually, he's able to get the majority of the apple out, to which allows the goblin to chew. He snaps down on the other part of the apple and then spits it out onto the floor. Bad, no good apple.
No shit. I'm not much a fan of fruits and vegetables myself. I like liquor. I pull up my white skin and offer him a drink.
It's small good.
All right. What did this to you?
He's my brother.
Your brother?
My brother.
Well, he seems like a dick.
He's like gesturing his back towards you for his hands.
I incite him to. That's a 15 insight when I ask him. You're gonna be cool when I untie you, right? You're not gonna attack us?
He looks kind of like, nah, they're not gonna untie me if I'm not cool.
I don't care if you kill your brother. That's between you and him. My sister can be a dick too. I'm not gonna kill her, but she can be a dick.
He's thinking in his head. He seems to like kind of close his eyes and think real hard for a second. Pig shank be good.
Fuck you. I got him immediately.
He's like trying to like rub his tongue to get the apple juice off of it.
I hand him the wineskin with the liquor in it. Here.
He drinks a ton of it.
All right, come on. Let's go back the other way.
Yeah. You see my brother.
You're the only goblin we've seen so far.
He's like trying to speak in your language as best as he can.
I try Infernal with him for a second.
No, he doesn't speak Infernal.
Abyssal?
No.
Draconic?
He speaks Goblin.
Yeah, Goblin.
Broken Goblin.
All right.
And he speaks Thieves' Cant, which he tries to no avail.
Yeah.
And then he kind of knows garbagey dockside kind of common.
All right. All right. So we speak the same common. Cool.
So
my sister's gonna love you.
He goes over to the pile of people, and he like grabs a leg, like a leg bone, and he starts to kind of chew on it to try to get the taste of
apple out of his mouth. We'll give it a turn. Mystery solved.
This is, I don't know if you've seen goblins before, likely, your character. This guy is strong looking, like physically in very good condition. He's sort of like an olive green. He's got scars all over his body.
Look, they turn about how tall are you?
He's about 5.5 feet tall.
Intern, go sit next to him. I want to judge heights.
He's
Body
shorter
builds.
than him.
Okay.
But he is way, way more physically imposing.
Yeah.
Even for a small guy. It looks like he's got some bites taken out of the left part of his ear. Like,
Jesus, kid.
Rather large bites.
And what's your name? Pigskank?
Pig Shank.
Pigshank. Got it. Pigshank.
Shank.
Got it.
He kind of does like a stretch. He always has kind of like a disgusted look on his face, which, if you knew anything about Goblin, he's considered very handsome amongst goblins.
Alrighty. Well, come on with us.
Hey. Yeah. One door.
At a
one
time, yes.
door.
Yes, one door at a time. We learned that too.
Yeah.
How many times have you died?
He just kind of like throws his hands up. I don't know.
And you came back each time?
Yeah.
I look at the intern. We got new experiments to play.
My brother, like he's trying to get you to understand, say one door. I forget closed door.
So he tied you up and put an apple in your mouth.
He knows apple, human food.
Well, it's cool. I have
Big
goblin
smart.
food here. I point to the intern. If he gets out of line, you can eat him.
He looks at him and goes, like, and takes a bite out of the leg.
Look at the intern. Come on.
He kind of mutters in Goblin as you're walking. Bila puto
I'll get back. Incite the tone of his speaking.
He is super pissed.
At us?
You don't have to run it
Okay.
at all. You don't have to roll anything. He is
All right.
furious at his brother.
All right, cool. What's your brother's name? Not trying to metagame at all.
Rank.
Ah.
He say Franklin.
Isn't that a human name?
He like hisses and fucking curses and spits.
Your brother fancies himself a human.
He walks over to you and he taps you on the chest. He goes, "Human ruin brother."
Humans do that.
Door. And he's
Come
like
on.
at the door. He opens the door.
I'll push the intern. Let's go. My character's in love now. Like, fuck yeah, finally someone interesting. So we get into the next room, close the door, open the other door, and then continue again.
Okay. We're gonna pause you once you get to the other side of that room.
All right.
Okay, Rachel,
Yes.
we are back in your room.
Great. So I saw dude, the entity, step out of the door on the opposite side, say his Gears of Fate thing. Right before that, I heard a chime.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there anything in the room that I'm currently in?
Nothing. It doesn't look like much of anything. It looks like someone may actually roll a perception check.
Okay. 13.
No, it doesn't look like there's much of anything here.
Okay. And there's a door on the opposite side of the room?
Yeah, from where you walked in.
Where I walked in. I guess if there's nothing in here, then we should go to the next room.
Okay. So you approach the door.
Yes.
You open.
Yes.
Step in.
Come on,
Close.
Derek. Oh, no. Just ruining this even more, whatever's happening.
Okay. As you go into the other side,
Uh-huh.
the figure, when you open the door, is standing directly in front of the door, and it's
Oh.
looking right at you.
Oh, this is the first time it's actually acknowledged us, like looked at us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it is going to say,
Uh-oh.
the brothers live, yet lost to time. When one is third, the other's nine. And then it ephemerally kind of jitters out of existence.
Okay.
And you hear from the other side of the room. Did you hear that? Did you hear?
Yeah? Hello?
It wasn't just me. You saw him?
Nope, not just you.
You saw him.
Yeah. Who's talking right now? Can I see?
It's a shadowy kind of figure off in the very back part of the room.
Okay.
And he's very small.
Okay.
If you approach closer, you can maybe get a better look at him.
All right, I'm going to approach.
It is a goblin. And it walks upright.
Uh-huh.
And it has what looks to be 3 books in his hands.
Oh.
And a bag over his shoulder. And a gold wrap around his neck kind of cloak.
Hello.
It's very nice to meet you.
Nice.
I assume that you approach with no evil intent.
As long as you do the same.
Very nice to meet you. I am Franklin. And he holds his other hand out with his books in his other hand.
He's
shake your
not
hand.
made of the same material as the entity.
No.
Okay.
I assure you, I mean you no harm. I would just like to introduce myself. I am Franklin. I am a scholar. I am the apprentice to the adept.
I'm calligraphy, but you can call me Calli, and I will.
Your name is calligraphy.
Yes.
How interesting.
Thank you.
Is there any particular fascination with writing or
Yeah,
scrivening?
well, I'm an etymologist, so I study the written word, actually.
Fascinating.
Can I ask where you got those books from? The only ones I've seen have been not corporeal.
Oh, right. No, these are of my personal collection. We found them as we were wandering the sands, and I've commandeered them for my library.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to start a collection early.
That definitely makes a lot of sense.
One can never have too many writings, am I right?
That is very true.
Though I do find human writing to be a bit boring.
It is.
Very informative, no flair.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever read Knoll writing?
I haven't. They're not big on writing, are they?
They make a lot of weird gestures in mud and blood, and but there is definite rhythm to it. It's very much a more goblinoid style of writing. I find myself not being completely free to unchain myself from the shackles of my genetics.
Sorry, it's so funny that David found who he found, and then I.
Oh yeah, it totally depended on where you walked because they were on opposite sides of hallways.
Well, maybe for my next language that I study, I'll pick one of the more goblinoid ones.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Well, I recently finished studying Elvish just because it's such an ancient language. You know, there's a lot to really go over.
Have you ever read Abyssal?
Yeah, actually, I know Abyssal.
It's very interesting writing.
It is.
A lot of contracts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're big on that.
So, what brings you to the vault, so to speak?
Is that what this place is called?
I don't know if this place has a name per se, but I've been calling it the vault. Because that's what it seems like, doesn't it?
It does.
Like the gears on a large safe.
That does make sense. So, well, I was traveling through the area with a larger group than I have now, but a storm sort of drove us here. We were seeking shelter.
Was it the sharks?
Someone said something about sharks.
They're actually more rodent than shark.
I didn't get a look at them. One of the interns said shark.
Well, this is difficult enough to get a closer look at them. They tend to prowl around large groups, caravans. They stay away from the roads, though, because, you know, the guards. Mm-hmm. But if you wander off on your own, they'll find you.
How long have you been here?
That is a very complex question. Difficult to answer,
Well,
especially in this place.
when we got here, the door was open, but after we came in, the door shut. So I wasn't sure if it was perhaps on a timer or if there's something we need to do to reopen the door.
How many chimes have you heard since you've been here? More than 10?
No.
So you've been here not very long at all.
How many have you heard?
Oh, hundreds.
Hundreds? Are you just staying here for fun?
Oh, no. I am here to speak with my master,
And who did you say your master was?
the adept.
And they reside here?
This is a place of great interest for them. Though I find you might find him unpleasant as of this moment.
Oh, why is that?
He's generally unpleasant, but in this particular instance, in this particular place, the version of him that you would find would be grim.
It's not the entity that says the poems?
Yes, that
is
is him.
Oh. Okay.
And not.
Okay.
You'll find that simple yes and no questions in this place become very difficult to answer. I am not entirely informed on what's happening. I have a general understanding. What I can tell you is time is different here. We are on what's called the second frame. Do you know anything about temporal mechanics?
I'm afraid I do not.
Are you aware of perspective changing how things are seen? Here, experiment. And he says, you stand here, where he's standing on the far end near the dead end.
Okay.
And then he will take your intern and walk him over to one side of the wall, right? And then he will stand closer to you near the second door.
Okay.
Correct? Now, if I were to take this ball on this string, and he kind of has a coin on a string, and he waves it back and forth, hold your hand up to judge how far it moves.
All right.
From side to side. Now, he's going to continue moving it. He's going to walk over to where your intern is. Now you measure from there. Do you see how it's smaller, the distance now?
Yes.
The reason is your position changes your perception of the same instance. And that's what this is, this device, this room. Each frame changes your position, and so changes the way that you perceive things.
Okay.
The entity that you saw, he exists on a flat frame while we are in constant motion.
Okay.
So we don't interact with him the same way you interact with, say, these door handles, or the way he would interact with the door handle. This is a locked location in time.
Okay.
And each ring, each frame, as you extend out from the center, changes the passage of time.
All right.
You want to roll an intelligence check for me?
Sorry, I was looking at the map. Intelligence check. 16.
16?
Yes.
You kind of understand what he's talking about how the explanation, the swinging coin, makes sense to you. But when it gets to talking about frame locks, that it's sort of lost.
Okay. So what are you trying to do here if your master is already here?
there are multiple points in your life where a decision that you make will change the future, correct?
Correct.
And if you wanted to change something that happens, say, now, you'd go back to before then, correct?
If I could, yes.
If it were possible to go back to before now,
Mhm.
you could change a decision that you made.
Right.
Right. And that is the crux of it. The implications and details are larger than life, so to speak.
Mhm.
But what you mustn't understand is that my master has many tragedies, and so has sought this place, a place where he can manipulate how much time has passed in order to go back and solve those problems.
Okay.
Now, it's more complex than that, but for
Mhm.
now, you'll have to just trust me on that being enough.
So then why are you helping him?
I'm here to stop him.
Oh. Okay.
What I'm here to both aid and stop him.
Okay.
Again, I know it's complicated.
All right. Have
What?
you, by chance, just because things seem weird here, I haven't heard from my brother recently. And normally he does a thing
Trust
that's
me,
very annoying.
if anyone understands annoying brothers, it's me.
Oh my god, they're the worst, right?
They're very difficult.
Yeah. He's younger than I am, so mom always treated him like the baby. And he's the worst.
I'm the younger brother, but only by a few moments.
Oh.
Shall we continue? Would you like to come with me?
Sure. I'd actually really love to get a better understanding of this place.
Well, this door, and he points to the one that's on the interior wall. This door will take us to a new frame,
Okay.
which means that we should be careful.
Mhm.
Things will change rather dramatically in there from out here.
Okay.
It may be hard to understand.
Well, I'm interested in seeing what happens.
Okay. And he opens the door. Ladies first.
I will go in. Like, come on, Derek.
Derek is like, what the fuck? Did we have a Mr. Wizard conversation? Okay, and then he's going to step inside behind you, close the door.
Mhm.
Always close the door behind you before you
Yes.
open the one in front.
Yes. Yeah. My brother and I found that out.
Mine too.
Mhm.
I think we had walked down the same hallway about 10 times before I had to tie him up.
Oh no.
I told him I would come for him afterwards. He's going to be rather upset, I'd imagine. Okay, so before we open that door,
Mhm.
D-Walk, let's go back to you and Devin and Pigshank.
Devin.
Derek and Devin.
We open the door and go through.
Okay, you're on the other side.
All right.
It seems like an empty hallway. Pigshank is kind of doing a gallop walk. He's so happy to be able to move without having to be tied up anymore. He's just happy.
Hey, is your brother as buff as you?
No.
How'd he tie you up?
Weak.
How'd he tie you up?
He put me to sleep.
What a dick.
Family is difficult.
True that. I put my sister to sleep if I could.
He's literally picking chunks of leg flesh out of his teeth with a fractured bone. Like a fractured leg bone snapped so it's sharp, and he's like digging the flesh out.
Damn, son.
We kill Master. He here.
Ooh. Does Master have a big leather book? Does Master control the big gears?
Whoever, he's like having a hard time trying to explain because like he doesn't understand much of this.
Yeah.
Inside, best place. Best inside.
Then let's get inside.
Yes, inside.
All right.
I want Pink Shank to be like, it worked like this, and then he just throws a coin at Thresh's head. Like, that's how it works.
It worked like smack. Shut up. All right, you guys all simultaneously hear another chime. Pigshank grabs his ears. He's like, ah!
Yeah, I don't like that sound either.
And D-Walk, there will be a walkthrough for you.
Ooh.
As the spirit or entity comes wandering through the hallways, he takes a few steps, kind of disappears for a second, and then appears directly beside you, walking past you, and says, living death and dying life, languishes pleasure, enjoys its strife. And then it kind of jitters out and disappears. And as it disappears, you notice Pigshank has literally went to tackle it. He's in the air. He makes contact with it as it disappears. And then he lays on the ground and he's like, ah! Kind of shaking, making like tongue gestures.
I could have told you that wasn't going to work.
I hate him.
Language
Master
is
waste.
pleasure.
Master waste time. Me and brother come here and stay here long time.
How long? How many summers have you guys been here?
He like holds his hands up. He doesn't. It's dark. There's no summers.
I'd ask
Long
years,
time.
but I didn't. Okay. More than you can count on your hands and feet.
He's looking at his fingers and he's just like, long time.
All right. At least
This
you're
isn't
talking to-
this guy isn't the information
I
nugget
know.
you're looking
I know.
for, but in combat
I know.
he's very, very good. So
Oh no, that's fine. He's more interesting to talk to than Devin. Devin's a scared little bitch.
we kill Master.
Damn straight we kill Master and we take his shit. See? You should travel with me after this.
He looks at you and he goes,
Horns, I'm not human.
nah. And he kind of leans in as you're walking, like kind of in like a gesture of friendship, or like pro tip kind of thing. He goes,
Mhm.
when fight Master, no let him touch. And he holds his hand up. No let touch. Eh? And he takes his
Got
hand and he places it like on your chest, like aggressively, like slaps your chest. No let touch.
Got it. Master, bad touch.
And I'm glad I didn't roll like a close melee character, like a monk that literally
I wouldn't have changed anything.
with their fist. That's cool.
I look at him. You guys want to show me on Devin where the Master hurt you?
He touched here in the butthole. Eh? he take his hand and he Jim Henson me. It touched the butthole, and now my butthole is falling apart. It's rotting. My butthole, it rots.
Well, dude, if you Jim Henson, you don't want your brother to put the apple in your mouth.
So, Pigshank is going to get down on his hands and knees, and he kind of sniffing, kind of like a dog,
What you doing?
finding.
Well, last time we were kind of this way. Sis went that way. We went that way.
Faster.
Faster. Us move faster?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Devin, lead the way.
And he gets up to part of the wall. There's no door there. And he's like, "Eh." He like slaps the wall.
I begin to investigate it. 13.
There's no door.
You're out of your mind, man. There ain't nothing here.
He's like sniffing at it. He just kind of has this weird look on his face. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And I guess he gives up and kind of follows your lead.
All right. Wish I would have rolled higher there. All right, I go through the door that she would have gone through.
Okay. Open and close.
Yep.
He when you open the first door, goes one door.
I give him a wink.
He closes it real aggressively, like, and he holds the door closed.
All right. Hey, Devin. Want to see how mad he gets if you suck him up for the second door?
So, you guys open the second door, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you are in second. Okay. Sorry, my map is rotating, so I'm trying to.
Oh, you're
fine. Okay.
I should be in the second row of B now, right?
Yes. On your map,
Okay.
that is where you are.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, your map's already moved.
I have two maps. I have a solid one that
Mhm.
I'm having to think about in context to describing where things are on for you, and then on my map, trying to dictate when a thing happens when you are on my map. It's a very very complex thing but so far we're doing okay because you guys still haven't come across any issues. There's only been one thing that is you guys hadn't seen it or thought of it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think you could have from that frame anyway. Okay, but yes, you're on B ring 2. Rachel, you are in A ring 1 or 3? 3.
Yeah, A3.
It's very spinny over here, so I apologize. Okay, Rachel, when the door opens on this side,
Mhm.
You can hear. Actually, roll a perception for me to see.
16.
Okay, and then roll initiative.
Oh no. Was level 1, right?
So what?
Level 1.
Yeah. Oh no, your level. Use your level 3 sheet here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. 16.
16. Okay, so you hear snarls, loud. It sounds wolf-like almost.
In the room that we're in?
In the room that you're in, but you don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
Mm-mm.
I will say, do you hear that, Frank?
He's gonna grab your arm and kind of get flat back against the wall.
Okay.
Don't let them get behind you.
All right. I'm going to draw my sword.
You're a monk with a sword. That's cool.
Yes.
Your armor class, Rachel?
My armor class is an 18. Oh no.
Yeah, you're gonna get hit.
Okay. What am I getting hit with?
You don't know yet.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to take 12 damage.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, from 2 attacks.
Okay.
And as soon as it makes contact with you, you can see a ephemeral wolf shape sort of take shape in front of you and then phase out.
A ghost wolf.
Frank goes, ah! No! The door!
You don't want to fight these things?
Ah! He's like, if you want to fight, he'll fight. But he's like, ah! Your initiative is next, by the way. So you decide what happens.
Okay. But I can't see it anymore?
You can't see him. You can assume that the one that attacked you is in front of you.
Yes. Can I still hear it in front of me?
Yeah. But keep in mind that these rooms are sort of echoey, so it makes it difficult. You wouldn't be able to place exactly its location. You know that it is sort of in the cone in front of you.
Okay. Would I have had time to do, because you said I can use my 3rd level sheet.
Mhm.
So would I have had time to do a reaction?
A reaction to what?
Hellish Rebuke, 1 reaction when you take in response to being damaged by a creature within
Yep.
60 feet of you that you can see.
It became visible for a moment when it attacked, and then took a second to go back invisible. So yes, you can totally take an action.
Okay, so this is my reaction. So it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
The DC is very low because I'm not really a caster, so it's a DC 11.
Okay, hold on.
But it still takes half damage on a miss. So
But
okay, so it passes. So it takes half damage.
how much is
So
half?
it's gonna take 4 fire damage.
Okay. Does it have no chance of catching on fire?
Okay.
We'll say actually let's roll a percentage on that, since they would have burning smell from being singed.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll say that that the singed fur kind of smolders, so it's visible.
Okay.
Not entirely, like you won't be able to see its actions, but you'll know its location.
Okay. All right. And then for my action, I'm going to try to hit it with my sword first. And this is just a regular sword, so it's not magical or anything. That's a 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. So it takes 8 piercing damage. And then I would like to spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as my bonus action for Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
So the first unarmed strike is a nat 20.
Whew.
And the second unarmed strike would be a 16.
Both of those hit.
Okay. So it's going to be this plus 8. So it's a total of 15 damage. And that's bludgeoning. So I hit it with my sword and then I just like punch at it twice.
Okay. It is still up.
Okay. Is there any way that I can tell how much I have damaged it, or if?
Not really. You can tell where its location is, but its fine details would be difficult.
Okay.
It does make some noise when you hit it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now Franklin. So happy I get to play this guy.
Oh, and I forgot because I hit it with my Flurry of Blows. So I can do Way of the Open Hand. When I hit a creature with Flurry of Blows, I can impose one of the following effects on it. Must succeed a dex save or be knocked prone, must make a strength save, or I push it away, or it can't take reactions until the end of my next turn. I'm going to try to knock it prone.
Okay.
So it makes a dex save, and the DC for this is a 12.
Rachel.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Fine.
Okay, well then Franklin is going to use an improvised weapon of a book. He misses.
Oh no.
He's trying his best. He's not a melee dude. Okay. Well, then it didn't get knocked prone, so. What was your AC again?
18.
It's got 1 hit,
Okay.
4 damage.
Okay.
Back to you.
All right.
Franklin
Go back
is
to me really fast.
using his move action to slide along the wall.
I'm going to drink one of my healing potions. So it's this plus 2. So I get 8 hit points back. And I have 3 potions of healing now.
D-Walk, if your next series of actions is to move through the door, open door, walk through, then I'll allow that to happen while this round of combat's happening.
I cannot use unarmed strike because I use my action to drink a potion, and I can only do unarmed strike if my action was an attack. So
Okay.
I am done. I'm staying where I'm at though because I want to fight this ghost wolf.
Okay. Franklin is slid down the wall and has kind of gotten towards the far end of the wall.
Okay.
And he is going to wave his hand. For a moment, the wolf is visible.
Mhm.
Just for a second. The wolf falls to the ground. He is covered in what looks to be like a jelly substance, like a liquid, a film,
Oh,
and he's kind of rolling around trying to stand.
okay.
And he goes, "Get it, get it!"
Uh,
So on the wolf's turn,
okay.
The wolf plants its foot and it kind of snarls, plants its other foot and slips out from under it and slams to the ground. And now it's your turn.
Okay. Do I get advantage? Is it prone right now?
Yeah, you'll get advantage because
Okay.
it's on the ground.
Okay. So first I'm attacking with my sword. Both of these rolls are pretty garbage. 13 to hit.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then I'm going to do... I don't know if I want to do another key point. So I only have 3 of them. I'm going to just do a regular unarmed strike as my bonus action. So this is not flurry of blows. This is just a regular strike. 21 to hit.
That's it.
Okay. Takes 6 bludgeoning.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Yeah, it looks messed up, but it's still up.
Okay.
Well, it's down, but it's up.
Uh-huh.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, Franklin is not going to take an action. He's getting closer to the door.
He's going to the door on the opposite side?
The far door, like when you walked in, if you were to move to your left.
Okay.
Ugh, this wolf
Okay.
cannot catch a break. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. Is he still prone?
He went to stand up, then rolled an 8 and fell back down.
Okay. So first is my sword. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay.
Pause that. We'll prep your thing. D-Walk. On the other side, you can hear a wobbling noise. Like it doesn't make any sense what it is. It just kind of goes. But there's only one door that you didn't walk through to get here in this room.
All right.
You, Pigshank, and Devin make your way into the door. And then, oh man, that would be so funny. Okay, we're going to keep you inside the doorway until next turn.
All right, that's cool.
So I did 5 damage with my sword.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do an unarmed strike.
You got him.
Okay. Ha! Take that, ghost wolf.
And when you strike the final blow,
Mhm.
It turns into what looks to be a regular wolf, a dire wolf on the ground, and then its body begins to rapidly decay into like rotted flesh, and then eventually turns into essentially ash, and the bones begin to crumble and turn into dust. And it's like it went through 1,000 years of aging right before your eyes, right as soon as you killed it.
I'm going to look at where it was and look over at Frank. Be like, have you seen that happen before?
Yes.
Is it going to come back?
It's difficult to understand. From where we are, we're very close to the center.
Right.
So the amount of prep time is less for the person in the center.
Okay.
Do you see?
Not entirely, but
it might not be enough time for them to prepare for us. When we were outside, the time difference for us to go from room to room was much slower for the person in the center. So they had loads of time to prepare for our coming.
Okay.
But as we get closer, the time difference is less.
All right.
So it would be, we're closer to them. And so our times are closer together. There might not be time for them to prepare. But this looks like it was, since it aged so quickly, this seems like it was set a long time ago.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
A little bit. So you're saying that someone put this wolf here as like a guard?
As like a guard, yes.
Okay.
To stop people from following them.
Okay. Well, let's continue.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and roll initiatives between D-Walk and you. So just roll your initiatives and don't roll the same number.
Well, so you can talk about your initiative.
No. This is the thing.
Again. Okay. 11.
12.
I wanted it so bad. Okay. So your hand, you are Pigshank, whoever's opening the door, reaches the door handle right as fucking D-Walk opens the door with Pigshank to walk out. If you guys rolled the same initiative, I was going to have both doors open at the same time in the same room.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Boy, that would have fucking ruined you guys. I was really hoping that I could get D-Walk there in the amount of time it took you to kill the wolf, so that you guys would might open the door at the same time. Okay, so right as your hand grasps the handle and begins to turn, you hear the other door open, and Frank is like, oh! He like freaks the fuck out, and he looks back, and as you guys walk in and sees Pigshank sees your hand on the door handle. One door! One door!
Who are you? I didn't know anyone else was.
Pida! And he's going to run over to his brother, and he's going to punch the shit out of him.
Oh my god.
So that's rank.
Franklin screams like a little girl when he gets hit.
I'm laughing.
Brother, I had no choice.
You had choice.
I didn't want. It was safer this way.
He's safer. You put apple in mouth.
Hey, don't forget he left you in a room full of dead bodies.
I did that.
Oh.
Hi,
Then
Thresh.
just forget me trying to instigate this better. Hey, sis.
So you found a goblin too.
I like mine.
I like.
How's
mine.
yours?
He's very smart. I like him.
A smart goblin?
Yeah.
You must have found rank.
His name's Frank.
Not by birth.
We picked our own names, so our names aren't by birth.
Could you pronounce your birth name? Holy shit. Mine had like 60 syllables.
Mine has like 2 vowels, and I'm pretty sure.
All the rest of the consonants.
Yes.
Her name is Alphabet, but she went with calligraphy because it's fancier.
Yes.
Calligraphy sounds like a stripper at Harvard. Coming to the main stage, calligraphy.
Oh, God, dude. Hey, however you got to get through school. No judgments.
I feel like that's more how your character would get through school.
My horns, my sugar daddy. I made it all.
Okay, guys.
Mm.
Actually, roll wisdom saves, both of you.
Wisdom saves?
Or, well, wisdom rolls. Wisdom checks.
And a nat 20. Wisdom check. So that's a
10.
total of a 24.
Rachel, you have no idea how you know this, but the next room is going to be a lot of bats and lava.
Okay.
Your brain is telling you when your hand touches the handle, bats and lava.
Okay.
You're going through the north door, right? The one that goes up? Oh, wait. Sorry.
We're going to B3? Or
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, right. Bats and lava. Sorry. It's confusing. You don't know what to make of it. You don't have a very good visual. But for whatever reason, when your hand touches the handle, your brain tells you there's going to be lava and bats.
Okay. I'm going to look at my brother and be like, do you want to make a bet on what's on the other side of this door?
Uncle or Coily? Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I bet you Devin.
He's my intern.
Yeah, I know. He sure as hell ain't mine.
So you can't bet what's already mine.
I did that all the time when you were at school.
Yeah, and I'm still mad about it.
D-Walk, you are on your 3rd level sheet, by the way. I have a very good visual, but for whatever reason, when your hand touches the handle, your brain tells you there's going to be lava and bats.
Okay. I'm going to look at my brother and be like, do you want to make a bet on what's on the other side of this door?
Uncle or Coily? Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I bet you Devin.
He's my intern.
Yeah, I know. He sure as hell ain't mine.
So you can't bet what's already mine.
I did that all the time when you were at school.
Yeah, and I'm still mad about it.
D-Walk, you are on your 3rd level sheet, by the way.
I mean, past the little chamber thing, obviously, like the next room.
Okay.
You can't be like, oh, it's the chamber thing that we've seen between everyone. Because no.
No. Found a goblin dead bodies in the last room. I'm going to say it's the specter.
Okay.
The little ghost that keeps getting smaller.
All right. I'm going to say it's bats and lava.
The fuck would you say bats and lava?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. We'll see.
Fucking horrible.
Dude, he's going to look at you like, what the fuck?
Like you cheated.
Okay.
Hey, if I win.
Uh-huh.
If I win, you got to settle my debts with Cousin Charlie.
After what?
Settle my debts with Cousin Charlie.
What do you owe Cousin Charlie?
I like how
You got to go to the second level of hell and find out.
His name's Charlie.
You got to go to the second level of hell and find out. Let's just say I left him behind on the last portal run.
Why would you do that? Oh, fine. But remember, you have, like, if I win.
Yeah, I have to go deal with Dad.
Yeah, and Grandma.
All right.
And it's her birthday coming up. Look, every time I go see her, she tries to get me to join a hag coven. And it's just
Dude,
like.
all she does is pinch the cheeks and give you those little fucking cakes.
Because she wants me to join her hag coven.
Dude, those cakes put people to sleep for fucking decades.
All right, whatever. Let's see.
You
All right,
guys-
let's just open.
It's just fully descended into madness. Fucking Frank and Pigshank are looking at each other like, right?
Like, hey, he put an apple in your mouth.
Wow, that's the same.
You should
right.
punch him again.
So, door
Okay.
open. We go into the room.
Everybody, all
Door
6
shut.
of you. You guys are all really packed in there.
Shut the door.
While you're in the room, before you can open the other door, you hear a chime.
That's dirty. Brace yourself. You don't know what happened last time we heard a chime. Poor Devin hasn't been the same since. He doesn't even remember the horror that happened in the other room.
What did you do to Devin?
It's what the room did. I haven't told him yet.
Are you
ready?
saying this just loud enough for Devin
Oh,
to
yeah.
hear?
Yeah. Completely mindfuck him because nothing happened. It's just.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a chime,
All
and
right.
then the whole room, you all feel kind of nauseous for a second. And you can tell that the figure is in this room with you.
Uh-oh.
Like you can kind of see his arm. He's like standing right where you are, but he looks about normal height, little taller than normal, like maybe 6'3", 6'4".
I told you to see the spirit.
But she said next room.
Yeah, I said the next room.
So it says, perspective shifts like room, like ages, the hand's direction in scripted pages. So then you open the door, I assume, after you're all feeling a little better.
Yes.
I opened it first. I gotta see the other side.
Everybody needs to roll a dex check.
Is this
I'm gonna say that you guys can take a step out of the room.
Is this a dex save or dex
Save. Yeah,
Save.
save.
Okay.
Woo! 14.
21.
Fuck.
Okay. Rachel, you are able to nimbly dodge. Let me roll for my homeboys.
See, this is why you're supposed to do stretches every morning and every evening.
I do stretch. When I reach for my whiskey glass.
Not
I
stretch.
Franklin-
stretch from the bed.
Franklin rolled a 16. Pigshank rolled a nat 20. Woof. So hold on. Let me roll for
Devin and Darwin.
Devin and you are going to get hit pretty hard, I would assume.
Oh.
See how hard.
As a free action, I activate my mage armor.
Can you do that?
I have the Eldritch Evocation, the Armor of Shadows. I can activate mage armor as a free action.
Is that going to help you for a dex save, though?
Oh, hell no. It's activating a shield just because I feel like I'm vulnerable right now.
Oh,
Okay. You and Devin take 19 damage from an explosion of rocks and what. Okay, so from your perspective, it looks like shards of black that fly out at you aggressively like bats. And what happens to be a molten blast of what seems to be the same type of material the walls are made of, but super heated.
Does fire resistance take out any of this?
I would say that you won't catch on fire, but that's it. The
Okay.
molten is not necessarily fire damage.
All right.
It's a shot.
So 19. Ouch.
19 damage. Devin is dead.
Oh no.
Devin his whole body has now been covered in this molten metal, and he's shrieking and dying.
Ow, fuck, ow, ow, shit, ow, fuck, ow, shit.
Devin has a slightly more dramatic tone.
Yeah. Wiping the burnt flesh off me.
He
Ow.
was like a 16-year-old fucking intern.
No.
So he is now dead.
Oh.
And Derek's like, Devin, no, Devin. Who will I say yeah to now?
Some lava hit you there, brother?
And bats.
Yeah. Oh man. Say hi to Grandma
Oh.
for me.
You bitch. You bloody bitch. Oh, this
You
isn't
know,
over.
her birthday's coming up,
Oh, this isn't over.
so
Okay, guys, on your maps.
Mhm.
Oh, you'll get there when you get there, I guess.
oh no.
How old would you say you guys are?
I got myself 19.
I'm gonna say I'm 24.
Okay. So you guys are roughly around the same age in your early 20s, late teens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have time to pop a healing potion?
Frank is actually going to give you something.
Oh.
He's going to walk up to you and he's going to reach into this little tiny book that he has. He's going to rip out a page 3 times. He's going to give one to you, and one to Pigshank for the damage he had to do to him earlier. He's going to say, just wave your hand over the page, like rub it between your hands. Okay. You each feel a year younger than you were. And you feel healthy, like as healthy as you've ever been. And all of your hit points are back to full.
Mm.
Pigshank eats the page. He stuffs it in his mouth and chews it. It's like, his brother looks at him like, are you... So he rips another page out, slaps it against his forehead, and rubs it on him. And he's like, strong.
I start make sure everything's there. My horns.
Yeah, you feel younger
Yeah.
than you were.
Like,
so now 23 and 18.
Okay.
You keep that up and you're not going to be able to drink.
I'll see you in hell.
Yeah, when you go visit Grandma.
Burn.
Oh, bitch. It is on. It's on.
Yeah, what is she turning? Like 873 or something?
God damn, you're right. Something like that.
Big
need
number.
some
It's a big party.
perception
Okay.
checks from you guys.
Okay.
Grandma's best.
I am too busy taunting him about how he has to go to Grandma's birthday party.
So you're not going to roll?
No, I rolled a 3.
Okay. D-Walk, what'd you get?
I got a 15.
15 passes.
I'm ignoring her as something catches my attention.
Yeah, off in the distance, you can see where that blast had been released from. And you're seeing it start to amass another molten ball. It looks like a hole. It looks like a hole in the ceiling. And it's slowly dripping metal. Like you can see that metal is starting to form into another ball.
Oh, fuck.
If you look off in the distance, and this is going to be on your map, it's going to seem weird, but it's true. You guys are actually in G3.
Oh.
Yeah, the map has been rotating.
Okay.
You are actually in G3, and the door that you see is directly across on the far end. You can see a doorway. It's right up against the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to give you guys a few moments to think about what you're doing while this ball fills back up.
We should leave this room, but I don't know that the
You can feel the heat in this whole room is really starting to heat up.
We should leave.
No, there's something here we should investigate. I can hear it, and I take
No.
off running.
We should keep going. I hate when you do that.
All right, so you guys would be able to get to the door and
Okay.
pile in
I just
one
want to
turn.
say, as a level 3 monk, my speed is now 40 feet per round, so I am faster than my brother.
I put a minor illusion of her mother in front of her as I run. No, of her grandmother in front of her.
No.
Okay, guys,
Yes.
it'll
Sorry.
now take you 2 turns to get to the door.
2 turns? I'm so fast, though.
Well, you could probably get there,
Okay.
but everyone else is going to take 2 turns. So the ball is filling up. What do you do? It will now take 3 turns for everyone to get to the door. No, I'm kidding. It's take 2, but you're on a timeline here.
I'm gonna open the door so
Okay.
that way I have it like ready for people to run in.
Everyone's running in. Derek is scrambling after seeing what happened to Devin.
Come on, Derek.
Derek is hysteric. He is the first one. His movement speed isn't as fast as, say, Big Shank, but he is in there. He is fucking in there.
I'm just running. I got nothing that's going to make me any faster.
Yeah, I mean, unless a really good
Unless I use
thaumaturge
Derek.
is gonna.
Unless I use Derek as a shield.
Oh no, he's our last intern.
Science takes sacrifice.
Does he get a promotion after this?
Oh,
If he
hell
makes
no.
it out?
I mean, he is gonna have to write the report all by himself now, which is
I hate to tell you this, but my flaw is unlocking ancient mysteries is worth sacrificing a civilization.
okay. But you don't have to sacrifice. We don't have to sacrifice Derek right now.
You might.
Like,
You
if
don't know.
that's-
It's not done yet.
It's optional. You don't
Oh, dude,
have
so
to.
if there's a table here in the thing with a knife, he is getting fucking sacrificed.
All right. Well, look, I'm running ahead of everyone, and I'm opening the door so that way they can all just like continue to run in.
Okay. Well, we'll say everyone gets in.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go in last and just immediately pull the door closed.
Okay. You can hear a loud explosion go off in the other room, but it doesn't seem to have affected anybody.
How come
So-
that didn't blow the door, but I did?
There's a reason.
I know.
Well, yours was directed at the door, intentionally to damage the door, standing while touching the door.
I'm horrible about that kind of shit.
Oh, hey, Dees, with the page thing that Frank gave us, did that also restore my key point that I spent earlier?
No. Oh, yeah, because yes. it would.
Okay.
I can't. I don't want to explain exactly what happened, but yes.
Okay.
Kind of like stretching. Huh.
Okay. So, are you guys going to open the other side of the door?
Yes.
I go over to the goblin. Hey, that page trick you did. Can you do that multiple times?
Yes, but it takes some concentration to prepare.
All right. Do you have an agent?
An agent.
Because you and me can make a killing with that trick.
What are you doing?
Page magic is not something to meddle with.
Oh no, we're not going to meddle. We're going to sell. We are fully intent going to do something. This isn't about joking around.
This
Feel
is
free
secret,
to ignore him. I do it all the time.
secret knowledge.
Oh, I don't want you to tell anyone. Of course, we're keeping it a secret. You told people we're not going to make any money.
So when you walk out into the other area,
Uh-huh.
you realize that you are in the main hallway that had come right out the front door.
Okay.
You see the burnt torch completely burnt away. It had gone out and has been sitting, and the wood that was comprising it has now been eaten away substantially. It is laying almost fossilized in front of the space between you, the 2 doors on the map.
I pull a mirror out and begin to check my hair to make sure I don't have any grays.
No, you're fine.
All right, cool.
But this does happen. You hear a bunch of bells chime.
Oh, fuck.
They sound smaller than the other bells, but they kind of ring back to back to back. It says, "A man's lament, his troubled past, found a page yet lost his grasp. And from the hallway behind you, you see the jittering shape of the entity walk and stand in the center of what looks to be a circular interior hall.
Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Freelance Heroism. We hope you're having just as much fun listening as we are playing. Visit us at facebook.com/freelanceheroism and leave us a like. If you want to see our adventures in comic form, The Professional illustrates our misadventures and more at 1d4rounds.com. And if you want to support us, consider donating. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Keep an eye out for rewards as we add them.
Our cast includes Rachel Moore as Calligraphy, monk researcher of the Primus Literis Library, David Walker as Threshold, warlock to the Great Old One, and Dees Cassius, that's me, as everybody else. Send an email to freelanceheroismpodcast@gmail.com, and don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, the invoice is in the mail. And okay, yeah, we'll just do it like normal, okay?
Okay. Sounds
Ready?
Ready.
Are you?
Yes.
Focus. Focus, Doc.